It's amazing. I thought I would be on tablets for the rest of my life just to try and cope day to day. And the fact that I have experienced and know that I can do it just based on, I guess, my brain, that's what I want. I don't want to have to rely on tablets. I don't want to have to rely on anything else except for me, because I'm the one thing that I can control. Yeah. Originally, why I came to the Brain Wellness Spa was I was struggling with every aspect of life. My anxiety was quite bad. I got to the point where I got quite angry, and that was kind of the straw where I was like, all right, this is too far and I need to do something about it. I've tried many things throughout my life, and they've all been a quick fix at the time, and then a couple of weeks later I'm right back in the same hole I was in to begin with. The first session I had at the Brain Wellness Spa was the best thing I ever did. The weight off my shoulders was amazing, and that's why I chose to come back pretty much. I was able to go shopping without having an anxiety attack in the shopping centre. And that was a really big thing for me, You always take out your problems with the person you love. So my partner copped a lot of it. I punched a hole in a door, and that is not me. And it was pretty confronting for me and my partner, but it was the biggest thing for me to realise that I did need help. But yeah, I would snap at him over the smallest things because something happened at work in the morning, and he was always the one that copped it, pretty much. So my anxiety attacks were either, well, some were severe. Most of them were caused by issues at work. I would keep myself calm until I left work, and then I would start hyperventilating. I would have to pull over on the side of the road because I would freak out that I was going to have a car crash. It was just every single bad thing would come through my head at one time, with no rhyme or reason, but I just couldn't calm myself down enough to get out of those situations, I guess. Yeah, that type of thing. I would call in sick a lot to work because it was easier for me just not to go in. And as you get older, that kind of gets worse and worse because then you become unreliable, and then it just makes you feel even worse. I didn't go out after work on weekends. I would stay at home because at home nothing bad would happen, or I could control what it was. I hated going food shopping. Every decision I made went with 10 other decisions to go with it. I couldn't just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go out and have a coffee with a friend, because I'd worry about, oh yeah, I'd have a crash, or somebody would say something to me and I'd get really upset and cry, or I wouldn't get paid and then I wouldn't have money, like all these little things that had no relevance whatsoever but would always play through my mind. And now I can finish work at the end of the day and go out and have coffee with a friend and not think twice about it. I'm feeling awesome at the moment. I had an appointment today at the Brain Wellness Spa at 1 o'clock. I would never have been able to do that before. I would have had to have done it first thing in the morning and then gone straight home so that I could just relax. And I had 3 appointments today. I went to the shopping centre, went shopping, and still made it here for my appointment and I'm still happy. That is a big thing for me. Sounds weird, but yeah, if I hadn't have had my appointment first thing in the morning, there's no way I would have made it out here by 1 o'clock. I would have been stressed and anxious, and yeah, that in itself is a big thing. After every session of the emotional empowerment program, I would always feel refreshed. The first couple of weeks, obviously, the next day, I would still sort of have like the anxiety and all that type of thing. But I think by about the 7th session, I was going like 3 to 4 days, still feeling good, being calm, and actually being able to get through days without being in a complete emotional mess by the afternoon, pretty much. At the moment, I've been feeling really good. I haven't had really bad days. I get sad, but I don't get angry anymore. And I've stopped my medication, which is also a big thing for me. But I just feel really good in myself, really good in myself. And I know it's only going to get better. There's more to come. A situation that would always trigger me is work. Sometimes I'd sit in the car and just scream. Yeah, and then I would just get angry and yeah, scream and hit the steering wheel and get really, really angry at something that really isn't my job to be angry about, pretty much. I was doing my job to 100% of my capabilities, and that is one of the things I have worked on, is being able to just focus on what I'm doing and then not focusing on what other people are doing, because I think that's what made me so angry in the first place, because I'm trying to understand why everybody does what they do, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. But I'm understanding more why I do the things that I do, which then makes it easier to cope through and get through that, if that makes sense. Yeah. I definitely try more things now. Physical and emotional things, like we went on a holiday and I went climbing mountains and going down gorges and stuff that I would never have done before, because I'd get huffy and puffy because I wasn't doing it as fast as everybody else, or like if anybody was behind me, I'd freak out and then get really, 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 really angry. Whereas I just did everything. I did everything. We went and did things in the morning, in the afternoons, and I wasn't stressing out. I was capable of so many things, whereas before I literally would not leave the house unless I was drunk, pretty much, because then it made everything easier. If you have any of the same feelings that I have gone through or mentioned, just try it. There is no harm in giving it a go. I have tried many things in my, well, young life, I guess, but still. And this is the only thing that has actually stuck and helped me feel better and actually continue it, instead of once again feeling good for a week or two and then just going back into the same hole you were in before. Like I haven't gone back to that horrible place that I was in, and I do not think I will get back there anytime soon, especially if I keep on top of it. I have to admit the money was a big thing for me in the first place. That was a doubt. But seriously, after the first session, I have never had such a weight off my shoulders. And that was it for me. That was, I would save and I would not go out just to know that I would be feeling better. Like, yeah, I'm all for spending money on things that make you feel good or make you look good. But the way it made me feel after that first session, I would have gone without everything to make sure that I could get back here. And I will pay that money every day if I can keep feeling this good. Mum and Dad and my partner have both been the major ones to notice a change in me. My partner has said he is proud of me for the way that I do handle things now and the fact that I get out more and are willing to give things more of a go. And my mum actually recommended her to Brain Wellness Spa as well. We both see the changes in each other. I think I've gotten some things from her, but we both cope with things better now, and we both know when we're using the skills that we've got from here. Like, that's the main thing. And my dad has never been happier. Because, yeah, it was both me and Mum that had a lot of issues, and he can see us a lot happier now and a lot more willing to do things instead of, just focusing on our own worries and anxieties and then letting that take over. So yeah, definitely they've seen some changes. So yeah, we do put a lot on the people we love. That's what we're there for. But sometimes you put a little bit too much on them, and that's exactly what I was doing. Without knowing and without wanting to, they had to deal with a lot of my issues and then have to deal with me sad and upset all the time. And I don't call them because I'm sad anymore. I call them with happy things, which is really good, instead of, or not calling at all, and then them having to call me just to make sure I'm okay. Now I'm calling them to tell them I'm awesome.